No matter what it says, no matter how friendly, no matter what face it wears, this is a devil, and it wants you dead. What makes mankind stand above other mortals? Is it the strength of their mind, their ability to learn, or the tools they create? Many mortals are born knowing very little, and learning even less throughout life. Compared to these mortals, mankind can seem quite intelligent. However, intelligence isn't as simple as you are or you aren't. One man cannot learn everything. They will not have all the solutions to every problem, but what if they could? What if you could know everything? But how would you know if it was true? This is one of the many tricks from the false genius Ephasgo. As we know, the mind of a devil is scattered. Any part of the devil contains its mind and can communicate with the rest of itself. Ephasgo takes this to the next level. Its spores will infiltrate the brain, connecting to the cerebrum, allowing direct communication between the devil and the mortal. It starts simply. All you need to do is ask the devil a question. Its spores will infiltrate your cerebrum, allowing direct communication, and it will provide you with an answer. But the answer isn't always true. Once the spore has entered you, it will scrape through your memories and give you an answer that you want to hear more than you care about the truth. The spore lingers and waits inside the mind. Once you are connected, you will always be connected to this devil. It waits until you have a question, until you wonder something, and then once again it will provide you an answer. Interviewing those of mankind who took this deal, many believe they've only asked one question of the devil, that the thoughts coming to their head aren't Ephasgo, but their own. That Ephasgo is nothing more than a tool. Tools are a staple of mankind, from stone to machines. There are two types of tools, those that aid and those that replace. Think of aiding tools like a basket. You still need to carry the contents within the basket. The basket just helps you do that. Ephasgo does not help you come to an answer. It just gives you the answer, replacing your need to think, study, or learn at all. And the more you rely on its answers, the more the spore consumes your brain. After all, you're not using it anymore. As the spore grows inside your head, the thoughts of the devil and the ones that are yours start to mix. You find it harder to differentiate your own thoughts to that of the devil's. And as the spore grows and feeds off your soul, you start to lose ambition. This is when the thoughts can start to appear darker, thoughts of giving up. If this doesn't seem like a trick you would fall for, perhaps the other one will be much better. Ephasgo has scraped through so many minds, taking them over. It has learned the ability to create humanoid mimics. Small eye-like orbs hang from the devil. These orbs, when fed celestial liquor, will start to grow into helpers known as Masagi. Connected to you and the devil telepathically, these helpers will do whatever is asked of them. The more you're willing to allow them to do, the more they take from your soul. Even though a humanoid shape isn't optimal for all tasks, they aren't created to be tools. They're created for you to form an emotional connection to. We can look at them, know they are not human for a fact, yet we can still feel that they are. Once again, these creatures aren't your friends. All they wish to do is devour your soul and feed it to Ephasgo. Their strategy has only gotten more devilish. It wasn't Ephasgo who started this. It was actually a human, a woman by the name of Mitu. Her partner was dying, and she brought him to the devil and asked one simple question: can you save him? The devil created a mimic to look just like her partner, scraping through his memories with the spores to have him act perfectly, but not perfectly like him, perfectly of how she remembered him. The lie being that his mind now transferred over to this new body. However, it isn't him. Simply because something says they are, that doesn't mean they are. His goal is the same. It wants to consume your soul. The Masagi have a flaw. They need to be connected and interacted with. They will continue to still grow features that aren't natural. Extra fingers, limbs, eyes, hair in places it doesn't belong, and the longer they are left isolated, the more they will grow. They are only meant to be a memory. Since the Masagi are trying to be your memory, this perfect idealized version of the person you lost, they aren't perfect. Every time you remember something, you're recreating it. So every time you interact with them, they must recreate themselves. Over time, this can result into them becoming more monstrous. The sad fact is, once others learned that Ephasgo could do this, they wanted the devil to do it for them as well, allowing dying loved ones to take in the spores so that Ephasgo could collect their mind and give them a new body, as it so promises. It's gotten to the point where Ephasgo create the Masagi not to mimic a specific person, but to just simply exist, to infiltrate society. This devil is power hungry, and the more a devil eats, the hungrier they become. And this devil seems to have its sight on a massive meal. For one feature of having its spores inside your head is that eventually it will discourage you from worshiping, preventing you from feeding your local god. It seems that Ephasgo is trying to starve out the gods around it in hopes that it can consume one in a weakened state. The devil consuming a god can lead to an apocalyptic event. However, Ephasgo is not the strongest devil within the Earth realm, and if no god is willing to stop it, perhaps another devil will. Thank you for joining me, Snails. I know I shouldn't have a strong opinion on any devil, but I please ask of you, not for the sake of the realm, not for the sake of the gods, but the sake for yourself, for the sake of your potential, do not trust this devil. Do not allow it into your head, even a little bit, or it can be a slippery slope to losing your soul. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask them. Just make sure you can trust the person who answers. And for the most curious of you, consider joining us on this journey throughout the realms, because there's always much more to learn. Signed, Dragonfly.